I think we're live. Let me see. Let me make sure. We are live. Okay. A little bit glitchy, guys. I don't know if it's picking up all right, but welcome everybody. It's been some time. I have been busy with a lot of stuff this week. I did family with the Thanksgiving thing, and went shopping for the crazy Black Friday stuff, and it was super fun. And I have a lot of updates to show you guys today. But first and foremost, I want to thank Corey from Aquarium Co-op and Jimmy. They shouted my channel out, so that was really cool. If you guys are watching, thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate the shout out to my channel, and I hope to do as much as I can this year to bring the community together. If you guys have watched my live streams, I'm not, I wouldn't call myself an expert on a lot of things, but I do know about the animals that I keep. So mostly I do these live streams for us all to come hang out. And if you guys have questions, if I can't answer your questions, go ahead and type them in the chat. Or a lot of times I have guests, and today I do have a guest, but he's busy doing something really quick. But I want to say thank you so much, Corey. I really appreciate your channel and all you've done for this hobby. And you got me into live streaming too. I was watching yours a year and a half ago, I think, is when I first caught your live stream. And that's what really helped me get into the live streaming stuff on YouTube and inspired me. So thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And I guess first on the agenda is I have a bunch of stuff to show you guys. And I'll introduce. I have my friend Balin here. He's if you guys have known Balin, he's been on the streams maybe 2 times, and he's the one that gave me the Pacu behind me, and he'll be joining us shortly. I don't know if he's ready yet, but I want to show you guys really quick what I got this past week. So it's been a busy week for fish. I did a lot of shopping, maybe too much. As you guys know, it's kind of an addicting hobby. But I picked up. The first thing that I got this week is a comet goldfish. It was a rescue from a local pet store, and he's doing great in the new tank. He's a little smaller than the Pacu, so it's nice to have another big fish in the tank. The rest of my fish right now are small. They won't stay small, but the tetras will stay small. But I have a lot of fish in here that are going to grow to a pretty big size. But yeah, that was my first pickup. I also got in this tank 2 other fish. I got a eel. It's a peacock eel, and I can't. It's hard for me to drag it over there, but there's my peacock eel. He's really pretty. I'm trying to move this over really quick. One day I'm gonna get like a wireless system, so I don't have to drag around wires everywhere. But here is the peacock eel. There's not too much information on peacock eels on the internet. I've really done a lot of research lately since I got him, but he's beautiful. I know there's other tire track eels and fighter eels that are freshwater eels, but I like the peacock eel. This one specifically is probably one of the biggest ones I've seen for sale. At PetSmart, they have peacock eels where I live, but this is one of the bigger ones I've ever seen. So he is doing great. I did get a biker. They called it a dinosaur biker, but my friend Balin let me know that that's technically a Senegal biker. So the biker is way back there. If you guys have crazy good eyes, you can see him in the back corner. But he's healthy. He's doing great, and that's the update for this tank. Everyone else in this tank. Wow, sorry for the. There we go. Everyone else is doing great. I haven't had any deaths or anything crazy happen in this tank. In fact, I think the water clarity every day is just getting better and better and better. But the tannins are still being released from the wood. I still have floating wood up here, so there is that little bit of yellow in the tank from the tannins still being released. But the tank is cleared up a lot. But yeah, there's Pacu. I just want to show you guys the fish. Pacu is growing huge. If you guys have known or do know about Pacu, they get huge. But yeah, everyone else is doing good. So Mr. Oscar's growing like crazy. The flower horn I have is getting pretty big. He looks a lot bigger in the camera for some reason. I guess camera adds 10 pounds to your weight no matter what you do. So yeah, guys, so that's that tank. And I'm going to take you over to what I'm really excited about and the big purchases that I got over Black Friday. All right, let me get over here. So thank you to everybody that's joining. Thank you to everybody that's watching this later. I do appreciate you guys, and I hope that we can have a lot of fun during this live stream. So, all right. I also ordered an external microphone, so I'll be able to carry that around with me. I know a lot of YouTubers have microphones on their desks or, you know, lapel mics and stuff like that. So it'll help my live streams out when I get that in the mail. But all right, first things first. Let me get this over here. In this tank, I got, and he's kind of like, I should wait to show him until he opens up a little bit. But I did get some new coral. I got actually a lot of new coral. I love a lot of the corals that I put over here in this side. I moved a lot of the rock around. If you guys have seen my tank before, you'll see a big difference over on the side of the tank. I moved the electric green hammer coral to the front, and I actually kind of like it. It looks really pretty up here. You can get a close-up view of the hammer coral like we weren't able to before. So you can see it actually looks really cool on the camera in this location. So yeah, I moved that because I needed to make room for some of the other coral that you see behind here. And I got a new coral right here. I'll be going over what those are specifically. I want to turn it on the nighttime lights for this guy right here because this is a reverse octaspawn. And right now it doesn't look like much, but when you turn the moonlight on, it's gorgeous. It's actually glows green on the stems, and then on the tips it's purple. So I'll show you that in a second. And let's see, there he is right here. I have a carpet anemone, and I wish he was expanded. He's like eating right now, so he's munching on something. But when he expands, he's just absolutely gorgeous. Carpet anemones are not for beginners. If you guys are just starting in the saltwater hobby, please don't get a carpet until you really know the dangers of a carpet to yourself and to other fish. You really got to be careful when they can be really, they can harm you, and they can definitely kill your fish if you don't know what you're doing. So as far as my fish go, everything else is doing great though. Yeah, so I'll turn on the moonlight really quick and I'll show you what these look like. 1 second. There we go. So we'll start over here, I guess. Let me turn the light off. So there's not so much glare. I can still see the tank behind me in this picture. That's crazy. Hold on, guys. There we go. All right. So this guy looks crazy cool. I mean, this is the green hammer. As cool as that looks on video, it looks amazing in person. And I like this. Again, I like where it is right now. It just looks really pretty right here in the corner. We have right here some of the new coral. It's not really picking up the coloration as much as we see in person. That just happens over video camera. I don't know why some of this just doesn't glow like it does in person, but it still looks pretty cool. Here is the green electric green Nephthya tree. I'm getting a lot of glare from my. There we go. Cool. So here's the green Nephthya tree. Oh, there it is, right there. Cool. It's growing like a weed. This thing has taken off. I got this. It was about 1 inch, and now I would say about 3 inches. I mean, well, maybe more, about 3 inches long. So this thing has grown so fast. I'm learning as I go. So if you guys are interested in these corals, you can watch my tank and see how fast they grow to know what you're going to be in for. You can kind of use me as your guinea pig, because I definitely will have to propagate this coral and hopefully sell it off someday. When it gets too big, I'll cut the stems off. So And then right above that is the reverse octospawn. It looks so cool in this lighting. Like, if you guys have never seen a reverse before, the reversal means the stems are the ones that glow and not the tips. Usually tips glow on euphyllias. This is a euphylia coral. And the fact that it's a reverse makes it really unique. So I really enjoy the way this looks. It's just really original. Most of the euphyllias that I see are a lot like this guy over here, and the tips glow, but it's very rare that I see a reverse and have the reversal on that, and to see the stems glowing. Yeah. I wish you guys could see it in person. Like, honestly, it looks so much brighter in person. Like, it glows more green, much more green than I see on the camera. Because that looks kind of dark to me. But in person, that green is much more vibrant. So. Oh, well. Oh, and that's another thing. I ordered lenses, you guys. So I ordered a camera lens to show you coral. It really enhances the color of corals on camera. So those are in the mail. So I'm looking forward to getting those and showing you guys when those come too. They should be here within the next couple weeks. But it's looking like the carpet anemone still is showing some beautiful color. It's like really turned upside down right now. But this is the carpet anemone, and he must have eaten a lot. I just fed the tank, so he probably swallowed a bunch of food. But they look beautiful. They open up really big when they're chilling. Yeah, guys, those are some of the new aquatic animals that I've purchased. And next, I will show you, I got 2 new reptiles. I'll show you those. And for those of you watching this later on, if you have any questions, like I always say, just comment in the section below. If you have any questions, if you're not here to chat, I always try to reply to anyone who comments on my videos. So if you have any questions, just make sure to do that, because a lot of this is learning. I've learned a ton over time just asking people questions. So yeah. All right. So I guess next we'll move on to the leopard gecko tank. And if you guys saw my video, I did put out a video because I got a leopard gecko. I ended up getting another one. I might not, or I might keep it based upon the aggression level between the two, because I've done some research, and from what I heard, that sometimes they do get along really well and sometimes they don't. So I'm going to monitor these guys, but I really wanted this guy. So far, this guy's gotten along together with the other leopard gecko. And Balin's here, and he knows a lot about reptiles, so he could probably definitely give some good insight on these reptiles. So we'll get to talking to him in a second. And he brought us a guest as well. And I won't tell you guys, but it's huge. It's bigger than any reptile I own. So I'm excited for him to show you guys that. But let me pull this guy out. I'll show you guys the new leopard gecko. All right. Come here, buddy. Here we go. So, actually, he might try to jump, but Balin's here. If he does jump, he'll help me out. So, this is not the new one. This is the one that I've had. I need to get a good light. There we go. This is crappy lighting. So this is the one that I showed you guys. And you guys, I just wanted to show you because focus. There we go. This is the one that I put the video out for. And actually, he's being really tame right now. This is the first time I've had him in my hands, and I've tried to hold him a lot, but this is the first time I had him in my hands and he isn't like jumping. So that's cool. But he's eating like a pig. These guys have eaten so many worms. It's crazy. And Balin can kind of talk to you guys more about this species, but from what I do know, a healthy leopard gecko is, you know if they're healthy by looking at the tail, I was told, and how fat the tails are. So This guy's tail is pretty juicy. I would say he's pretty healthy right now for being, I would say maybe, still a baby, but he's definitely doing good. The other guy that I got is a rescue, and he's definitely smaller, so I'm gonna go get him. But he's not as meaty yet. But I think I'm doing a good job with this one, so I can definitely help the other guy get some meat on his bones. Gotta find him wherever he's at. There you are. So this guy's like a little baby as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. But I think he's pretty small. I got him as a rescue through a friend. And this guy, you guys can see the size difference. He's a tiny guy. And I hope he doesn't jump away on me. But yeah, this is the new one. So I don't know. I don't even know if the color pattern has came in yet. I still feel like he's too small. I don't know a ton about these reptiles, but I do know that they all get unique color patterning. And he's gonna go on Bailey's finger. There we go. So he's much smaller than my other leopard gecko, but still just a beautiful animal. Get a good shot of his face now that. There we go. Oh, it's okay, guys. No animals were injured in the filming of this video. There we go. So, yeah, he's a jumper. He's definitely more of a jumper, which is fine, you guys. That's normal. It's not going to hurt him. Leopard geckos do drop their tails if they're really scared, which is something that I don't want to happen ever. Because I hear that it's never the same after they drop their tails. I mean, they can kind of, they can make it, but it's just they don't look the same. But yeah, here he is. He's a nice guy, and they've been eating a ton, so I'm pretty confident that he's gonna be all right. But he was a rescue, so yeah. Go ahead and put him back, and then I got one more to show you guys, and a bit of a story to tell about this next guy. And Balin's grabbing him right now, so thank you, Balin. This next guy, I'm gonna get focus on him. That's not very good. Focus. There we go. So he looks red. I don't know why he looks red. It's maybe the camera colors. There we go. So this guy is called a mountain horned or a horned mountain lizard. Is it mountain horn lizard? Mountain horn lizard. See, guys, that's how much I'm learning. Mountain horn lizard, and I'm not confident that I am even going to be keeping this guy for a couple reasons. And I found out a lot about him that I like him. I actually really do love him. Like, as you can see, he's just, from what I have read up on these guys, they love to be cuddled, and they love to just be out of the cages a lot. But I'm not confident that there's a couple things. Like, I read up that they get 11 to 12 inches. And for the tank that he's in, I'm not really feeling like I'm going to keep him in this small of a tank. I don't, or cage, I guess, whatever you call it, reptile cage. I'm just not confident that I want to keep him in that for a while. I really feel like if I could give him a bigger home already, it would be better. But for now, I'm going to keep him in there. I mean, he's not big right now, guys. He's about, I mean, from just his body, I would say it's about 3 inches, and then he has his tail. But I don't know. We'll see. I might actually build a amphibian cage, a reptile cage for him. So the other issue with this guy is he needs UVB lighting, which I do have a UVB bulb. I just got him, 3 days ago, and I was looking for something pretty easy, and I knew a little bit about them, that they do have to be misted, so I've been misting him. One of the things about these guys is they do need to be misted like 3 times a day to constantly absorb that water. I know Balin can probably talk to us about reptiles and why they need that. I don't understand a lot of the science about it. Like, if you guys know me and you're watching my channel, you probably know that I'm more of a saltwater fish guy. And I do know a lot about axolotls and turtles, but I'm just diving into reptiles. So Balin's definitely a good friend of mine, and he's I would say much more knowledgeable as far as it comes to reptiles. He's already taught me a lot. So yeah, I'm not confident that I'm going to be keeping this guy, you guys, but we can enjoy him while I have him. Another thing about this guy is he's been more difficult to get eating. And Balin kind of told me a little bit about that, like raising the temperature in the tank, and that actually might help him eat better. So, but I love him. He looks cute. I will enjoy him as long as I have him. So I hope you guys like him too, and I hope you guys like all the new pets and my new friends. They're really part of the family. I think our animals become... Why is it so... There we go. Focus issues today. I don't know about you guys, but you know, when I get a pet, and the truth is, if the pet lasts more than a month, and I really feel like he's going to be a long term, he becomes part of, like, a little part of my family. And wow, that's really blurry. There we go. So he is a chill dude, though. He will literally... I was watching a movie and watching Netflix last night, and this guy literally chilled on my finger and on my chest the whole time. They really love to be out of the cage, from what I've read about, more than they do actually. Like, he hates when I put him back in the cage. So I really appreciate this guy for his companionship. I think he's much more of a companion reptile than the leopard geckos. From what I've seen, the leopard geckos don't really like to be held as much at all. So we are going to move on to Balin, and he has something a ton bigger than what I've shown you guys, and he is the reptile expert. So thank you guys for looking at all my new animals, and I'm gonna put the camera back up on the tripod, and Balin's gonna join us, and we're gonna see some really cool stuff. So 1 second, guys. All right. Did I get anything else? I think I showed you guys everything. Yeah, show them that. Well, we didn't get a good picture of the biker. Let's see. Oh, I got some new angels, you guys. I did get new angels. I forgot to show you. So I believe that's a koi angel. It looks similar to a koi angel. And this one is not even a veil tail, so that would be just a regular angel. So the koi angel's in back, and the regular assorted angels in front. But I will try to get a picture of the biker if I can. Where'd he go? I don't know where he's at. He's in here somewhere. Anyways, we'll look. Oh, there he is. I can't see what I'm getting. Where did he go? Oh, he's so far in back right now, guys. It's going to be really hard to get a picture of him, but he's right back there. Yeah, I'll show him later to you guys, but I do have a biker now. He's a dinosaur biker. Senegal, apparently. All right. All right, without further ado, this is Balin. I know you guys have heard his voice, and he's been on my live stream once before on video, I think. Yeah, once before, twice. Let me try that.
How's it going, you guys?
I haven't even looked at chat, so thank you to everybody that's here. We're just kind of hanging out. So, Balin, what do we got here, bro?
We have a spiny-tailed iguana.
Oh my goodness, look at that, guys.
They get their name from the spiny tail. I don't know.
Actually, we should, yeah, we can zoom in on this guy. Cool, let me get this, like, spiny tail. So that's why he's called spiny tail?
So all those spines, I can't move my finger upward on her, but I can go down. These guys are pretty cool. I believe this species, the subspecies of spiny tail, comes from Mexico.
Okay.
They can get up to 3 to 5 feet, if I remember right. They are a little hardier species to keep.
All right.
But yeah.
So what's the difficulty in keeping one of these animals?
Fresh greens, fresh veggies, size. The behavior, so like the aggressiveness.
Okay.
Luckily, I found her tame. That was awesome.
You found her, so she hasn't bit you or anything like that?
No.
Nice.
Nope.
Well, that's pretty cool. And the size of this, I mean, what are we looking at for right now? From head to tail?
Say, what, 2?
Yeah.
2 feet?
I would say about 2 feet right now. Close to it.
But yeah, I think I'll start getting into iguanas.
No, iguanas get big.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't personally, I mean, unless somebody really knows, that wouldn't be your starter reptile, would it?
No. That's
No,
like,
not at all.
so for top 10 reptiles,
Yeah.
what not to own, green iguanas are number 1.
Green iguanas.
Yep.
The most famous coloration of iguana that I know of.
Yeah.
Okay. Why
I
is
mean,
that?
there's blue, greens, red.
Okay.
I mean, they'll send people to the hospital just from their tail, their claws, their teeth. I mean, they still have a piece of wild in them, even though they're tame.
Right.
They'll just go through their mature stage, and that's what you really got to watch out for.
Okay. So definitely don't get an iguana for your first reptile.
Yes.
No? Okay.
That would be a bad decision.
All right. Now, what would you say is a good first reptile for somebody?
I would probably say a leopard gecko, a
Like I
bearded
did.
dragon.
Okay. Bearded dragons
maybe
too?
a blue tongue for more exotic type.
Okay.
mean,
I just want to get some more close-ups of this while we have them here, guys. We don't oftentimes have big reptiles in my room, so this is definitely a first for me, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I mean, I just love reptiles. I mean, I love fish. Look at all these beautiful fish tanks and all that. You know, they're great. But reptiles just, they're just a different feel. I mean, when I look at a reptile, especially, you know, an iguana or a gecko, it reminds me of a more prehistoric type animal.
Yeah.
You know, it just reminds me of that dinosaur feel that you know, like you're watching a Jurassic Park, you know, movie or something, you know. So super cool. Thanks for sharing them with us. Now, how much does he eat and how much does it?
You know, I've only had her for a couple of days, so she's still kind of finicky on the eating part. But I've offered her bok choy, kale, mustard greens, collard greens,
right,
carrots. What else?
Right.
Blueberries, mango. So you know, I'm giving her a variety. She was munching on the kale earlier today.
Kale?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, that seems kind of like a lot of, I mean, that seems like a lot of work. That, I mean, not like a lot, but more work than just feeding a leopard gecko, you know, worms. Like when I go get my worms, I don't know, I can zoom out, but if I go get my leopard gecko, you know, just his worms, that's super easy. I don't have to cut anything up. I just have to throw that in there. So that's another reason I think maybe a leopard gecko is a good beginner.
Yeah.
You know. Now, danger level. What if you had one of these animals? What would you consider? Like, I know you said you haven't been bitten, but can it, you know, take a finger off, or what are we looking at?
I doubt this one can.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm not saying that it will either.
Okay.
I haven't done my research on dangerous level yet on this guy, but I mean, a very, very cool animal to, you know.
Yeah.
Once you get experienced, at least.
So yeah, because my viewers are, if you guys have been with me for a while, we all remember the time that I had my female red-eared slider bite my finger and just crush it. It was terrible pain for me. But when one of these guys bites, do you know if it's more of a cutting type bite, or is it like a crushing type from like a turtle would give you?
I would assume more of the cutting kind.
Do they actually have those teeth and stuff in them that they can? Yeah, that's. Oh, it's not a camera, man. Today it's just not focused. There we go. I'm trying to give you guys like Steven Spielberg. I'm trying to be a good director here, you know. So bear with me, guys. But man, look at that shot, you guys. That is super epic. Closing his eyes, I love it. That's so cool. He's just like, what? Right on. That looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex from like the head. If you just were to like zoom in right here, you would look. You can make that look like a big dinosaur. You don't have to show the rest of his body.
So that's how they made Jurassic Park.
Right. That's probably how they made Jurassic Park. Cool. Anything else you want to tell us about this animal? I mean, anything else interesting?
Oh, they are the world's fastest lizard. Found that out.
They're
doing research.
World's fastest lizard.
Yep, they can get up to 30 miles an hour.
30 miles an hour.
Yep.
That's faster than we can run.
Yep.
Dang.
She got loose I believe this morning.
Right.
So that was a fun experience.
No.
We're behind all my fish tanks.
Right. And how do you get her back?
I had to go in there and reach for her.
Right.
It's,
So these don't really hurt. I'm trying to touch the claws.
the front ones, no. The back ones, they dig into you. That's what
They dig into
all
you?
the cuts are from.
So you do have cuts in your arms from holding this?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So this would not be for a kid at all?
No.
This would be for definitely an adult?
Yeah.
No
I
kids?
mean, you can.
Well,
you could wear gloves.
Okay.
I mean, you could file their nails down. I wouldn't recommend it though. It's, I like to keep everything natural as possible.
right.
So if I'm gonna file their nails down, I'll use a piece of bark or
Right.
a rock, like for them to bask on. They'll
Okay.
also climb on it,
Sure.
which files their nails down over time. But
And do you want to tell the name of what, for the viewers that are just coming in, what we're looking at right now again?
we are looking at a spiny-tailed iguana.
Spiny-tailed iguana, everybody. Very cool. And now, do they need UVB bulbs?
Yeah, they need UVB. They need a basking spot up to 105 degrees.
Very cool. That's hot.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
That's just basking spot though.
Wow. Okay.
Ambient, I believe it's anywhere from 75 to 85.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, that is Balin's new friend, right? You just got him 3 days ago.
Yep.
And you got some more, or was that the other one? You had another one, another new friend, but you'll probably show him on a different live stream.
Yeah, I'll show him on it.
we'll keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Well, we have another one, but you guys will probably see him a different day.
Just
So
didn't want to try dealing with him.
I'd
and
say
this at the
he's
same
a
time.
he's a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, thank you, Balin. I'm gonna go put that one back, and I'm gonna look at chat to see what we got. Oh, someone asked, is it male or female?
I'm pretty sure it's a female.
Okay.
So, I mean, that means that it's going to be a little smaller, so probably around the 2.5 to 3.5 feet.
Right on. So it looks like somebody in the chat really knows a lot about some of this stuff. So Cecilia's, H2O Fishes is actually, seems like, and Sapphire, you guys both know quite a bit about some of the stuff we're talking about. And I'm going to refresh this because I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. There we go. My internet is sucking really bad, guys. So let's scroll. We missed a ton. I'm so sorry. Okay. Where are we at? We missed a ton. It's already. I'm so sorry, guys. That's how I roll sometimes. I just start off and. But we're back now, and so. What's going on, Aquarium Cop? What's going on, Bob? Good to see you, Island Queen. Nice to see everybody. HC Aqua. Thank you for smashing the like button, Bob. I honestly, I don't care if you guys do. If you do, you do. I mean, I'm not here to get a bunch of viewers, but thank you so much. So Bob says he doesn't like biters. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Carlos is in the house. What's up, Carlos? Good to see you. So HC Aqua, I guess you were referring to my coral. I believe you asked earlier, you said, why does the green show up but not the other? Good question. I don't know. I can't answer that. What we were talking about probably 2 streams ago is different colors. And like I was talking to, I believe it was Dan, the Happy Fish guy. And we were talking about getting filters that when you go to Spy Coral, they oftentimes have filters that you put over you look through the water with these filters, and it's like an amber color. And so I'm bought this amber sheet to go over my my camera lens so that you guys can see the true colors of what we see in person. So I don't know. I can't answer that question, but maybe someone in the chat knows the answer to that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, actually, Aquarium Cop said right there. He said, "Get new lenses to show the colors." So yeah, I'm getting those. Let's see what else. Mountain lizard. Yeah, you dropped them in the water. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So the region that the mountain lizards are found in, it was, I think it was somewhere in like, it's an Asian. I think they were found in. It's like a. I think it's a middle, like an Asian area. Like Balin will find out real quick for us. Oh wait, some people are saying Mexico. So
that could have been for the spiny tail too. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. And I'm trying to go back, you guys, to all your stuff. So H2O asked, "Where's the frogs?" Okay, so we can talk about that for a minute. The reason I didn't get frogs, you guys, was frogs secrete. You know, it's like it's not necessarily a danger to you, but they do secrete a lot of toxins, and I didn't really want to have to worry about that. I know that, like, some people say that, you know, like poison dart frogs aren't really dangerous unless they eat the right kind of bugs, you know, and then they can be deadly. But I didn't really want to have frogs because I just didn't want to worry about, you know, any secretion of stuff that I could, you know, potentially harm myself. Although I know that all reptiles can carry salmonella. I know that's a thing, but I just really didn't want to go there with frogs because I felt like they were an extra added danger that I didn't really want to deal with. And another thing with frogs is I would have had to change, you know, their water out and drain the water, and they're kind of semi-aquatic animals. So I wanted a tank, specifically a drier tank. I didn't want another half water tank. I know that the lizards and the gecko have water in their tank, but I don't know. I wanted just a different feel. I have a lot of water in this room, so I wanted to downsize on the work that I have to do. So that's why. So sorry to anybody that wanted me to get those. I didn't get them, but I hope you guys like what I did get, because I think the mountain horn lizard's really cool. We just gotta.
It comes from Asia too.
Asia?
Yep.
I was right then on that. Asia. Okay. I knew he was Asia. But let's see. So yeah, right there. Sapphire 2012 says frogs are a lot of work too. And I didn't want to do it. I mean, I feel like being a good animal keeper, we got to know when we hit our limit, and we got to know like enough is enough, and that's really hard for some people. They just like, there's a couple people on my local Facebook group that I literally watch them say, "Hey, this is my last tank," and then they're getting another one. And then they're getting another one. And I'm like, how do you do this? Like this, like I know some people literally have like 40, 50, 60 tanks in their house, and that's okay. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to judge other people. You do what you want, but I like to show my animals, you know, attention. And there's only so much time in a day that I can show all my animals attentions, like my dogs and my cats. And, you know, I even pick up my chicken. I have a chicken, and that chicken will ride around on my shoulder if I wanted to. So I just really feel that I'm at my max right now. So, yeah. Sapphire says, "I saw your flower horn." Yeah. Where is it?
Oh, other side.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I'm not looking at the live cam. So there we go. So my flower horn's over here. But yeah, he's in there. Everybody's chilling. But I wanted to utilize this time. Does anybody have any questions for Balin on reptiles? I know that you guys always get to talk to me, but Balin's not always here live. So if you guys have any questions while Balin's here about reptiles, I mean, he's the man to, you know, go to, because he really knows a lot. I mean, what reptiles are you keeping right now?
Right now I have a Chinese water dragon, Nile monitor, and then the spiny-tailed green iguana. Or not green iguana, spiny-tailed iguana. There we go.
Balin used to work at a reptile store.
Yep.
Right? So.
Yep. I think we sold over 50 species of reptiles or something like that.
Wow. So did you learn a lot while working there?
Oh yeah, I learned lots. I miss it there, but you know, better cause.
Yeah, there's always another opportunity out there.
Yeah.
So HC Aqua says he just bought a Jackson chameleon.
Ooh, those are awesome. I love the horns on those.
You like the horns on those?
Yep. Those are really cool.
Carlos says, "What about a lamb tortoise?" I don't know anything about that.
I know they're cool, like, but I've never personally owned tortoises. I've always wanted to, but just never had the room.
They're so big, though. I mean, don't you
Yeah.
need a really big space for a tortoise?
And like concrete walls.
So HC Aqua says she takes care of it, so I don't need to know anything about. That's cool. DPK asks you a question, Balin. He says, "What is the easiest land tortoise you recommend? Do you have one that you recommend?"
If I would have to recommend something, it would probably be. I would probably go with either a cherryfoot or a Russian tortoise.
Cherryfoot? What are cherryfoots? They're pretty easier. Easier?
They're pretty easy. I mean, you miss their cage twice a day, and you know they do need some heat, but I mean those guys are cool.
Right on.
All tortoises have different personalities, and they just I don't know. They're just fun to deal with.
Now, do tortoises bite like my my semi-aquatic turtles?
It's more of a
Hi, baby. No.
not so much a cutting feeling. It's more of a
Smashing?
smash. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I
no
got bit
fun.
by one with a giant beak on it.
Wow. I'm not looking forward to that if I ever thought of that. So now we're watching my cat drink milk, so that's good. The animals. Yeah, guys, if you have any more questions for Balin while he's here, go ahead and throw them out. I want to make sure we just really. I know I didn't really give you guys a lot of warning on when I was going to go live today, so we don't got too big of a crowd. But if you do have any questions, I'm sure Balin will look into the comment section later for everybody that's here that doesn't get their questions answered now. You can always ask them later, too. So HC Aqua says, can't they pass you in lifetime? Is that
Certain species, yes. Certain species can definitely pass you on a lifetime.
so? They live to be much older than you.
Yeah.
Now, are tortoises that way?
Huh?
Are tortoises one of those animals that live to 150 years old?
Yep.
I've told you guys a lot about the anemones. One interesting fact about anemones is anemones literally can live forever if they're given in the right conditions. I think it's absolutely amazing. There's very few animals that you can really say can live forever and they never will die. In fact, I don't know of another one. I mean, I'm trying to think of another animal that literally will never die. I don't know of one. But what happens with anemones is they'll build up the nutrients that they need to duplicate and replicate themselves, and then they'll split off. So that's a really cool thing I never knew about. So DPK says, what's your dream reptile you want to have someday, Balin?
Ooh. I got like a list, but if I had to pick one, it would either be. Are we talking lizard or snake? So I got two different ones.
Well, why don't you give us your dream lizard, then give us your dream snake?
Okay, dream lizard would probably be. Dang, that's a caiman. Just kidding. Probably a rhino iguana. I know that I said stay away from iguanas, and I still say that, but
you say stay away from
iguanas-
iguanas even if you're an expert?
Well, I mean, if you're an expert, yeah, go for it. But most of your iguanas will tame down how you want them to.
Okay.
It's just it's a fact. Or a caiman lizard, that would be a cool one. That's my dream one.
Okay.
And then snake, I want a green anaconda.
You want an anaconda?
Yep.
So now those are big,
Oh,
right? The anacondas get, massive.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was DBK said snake. So there's your answer for the snake. Why? Why an anaconda? What are you doing? With that?
I've always been fascinated with them. Their girth. They can swallow a whole person whole.
Wow.
It's just insane.
You're not afraid of that?
No. Reptiles don't really.
Don't worry you.
No.
Putting my hand into my coral tank, you guys, really worries me sometimes because I know the fact that the venom that comes out of a fox face can send you to the hospital. The new anemone that I have, one of the main reasons that those are so dangerous to have is the carpet anemones can definitely send you to the hospital. So I don't know if I'm more afraid of a reptile biting me or accidentally getting spined and venom injected by me. But the fox face definitely is more of a shy and timid fish. But I always have a spotter. A good tip for you guys if you're doing any tank that has a dangerous animal, lionfish, anemones, or anything like that, especially fish that can move around, is always have a spotter. Especially when you're like moving stuff around, have somebody else look and keep an eye on the dangerous fish and where it's at. Just a good tip for you guys to remember, because you don't want to hurt yourself. We're not here to injure ourselves or the animals, because it's not good for them either. So DBK says there's a lot of anacondas in South Florida, and that's where he lives.
Oh yeah.
So Carlos he's still in Florida. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys got monitors down there and iguanas, and you guys got just about everything down there.
For sure.
Lucky.
They can eat you, Cecilia. Oh, Cecilia's hobby says they can eat you.
Yeah.
Yep, they can eat you,
Yeah.
but I guess Balin doesn't care. So, and H2O is laughing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm never really. I don't know. I don't want to go too big. I'm still kind of afraid of getting a bigger reptile. Something about them,
Yeah.
I just don't trust. It's like having a dog that you don't trust that could like potentially bite you all the time.
I think you should get like a bearded dragon or maybe a blue tongue skink.
Oh yeah.
Those are your next step.
Those would be my next step.
Bigger size,
Okay.
but not like too big.
But see, for me, like I get more enjoyment out of bigger fish than I get out of smaller fish.
That's how
I think you're maybe the same with reptiles.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I want to go above and beyond. Get an anaconda,
Cecilia says she's laughing. Yeah. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if Balin's alive in a couple years. I'm sure if he ever does get one, we can check in on it, and we'll definitely have that one on video. H2O Fishes says, did not know that you guys have them. Yeah. We don't have them here, but...
No, they're a challenge to get over here.
In Washington? Because we're in Washington State.
We got all the laws and regulations against us. I do know a couple of breeders in Washington. You just can't transport outside of the state, and you can't transport into the state of Washington.
Yeah.
So if there's a green anaconda in Washington, if they have a male and a female, they can breed them and sell the babies throughout Washington. Just can't go anywhere else.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I was laughing because HC Aqua says the only snakes we have here look like an earthworm.
Oh, those ones are pretty cool.
Are they cool?
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
If he's not actually talking about an earthworm, there's the I can't remember the name. They legit look like an earthworm.
They look like an earthworm, but they're a snake.
Yeah, they stay small like an earthworm too. It's pretty crazy.
Okay. I'm not gonna get a parrot, Sapphire. I have a funny story about a parrot though. I don't know if you guys can see this. I forgot which hand. Oh, it's right here. I have a scar because my friend had a parrot, right? And the parrot was like, I went over to my buddy's house, and he was like, "Hey, come see my parrot." And so I went over to the room, and the parrot was like, "How you doing?" And he's like, "How?" And I'm like, "I'm doing great. How are you doing, parrot?" And he's like, "How you doing?" So I thought I never knew the dangers of a parrot bite. And so he's like, "How you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing great." And then I went even closer to him. And then the guy asked me one more time, "How are you doing?" And I said, "I'm fine." And then the parrot just like lunged at me and just snapped onto my hand here. Literally didn't snap onto the side of my hand, you guys. This is the power of a parrot's beak. It was able to hang itself on my entire arm from this way, right in the center of my hand, not like latching onto a finger, but the power of that beak just went straight onto the center of my hand. And I had a scar for the longest time, and I still do. It's a little line, but after that, I'm done with birds. No offense to you guys who love birds. That thing really hurt, and I'll do like a little small parakeet, but I'll never do another parrot, or I'll never have a parrot. So I just don't like some of the unpredictability of some animals. Like that's what scares me a little bit, is like you really don't know all the warning signs, and I feel like I don't know a lot of the warning signs of some of the animals that you're talking about. And I definitely didn't know the warning sign of a parrot when I got bit by a parrot. But
it's definitely a learning experience, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we got a couple comments here, and everybody's saying Hawaiian snake. I think that's what he's talking about.
Hawaiian snake, legless lizard.
Legless lizard.
Lizard. I mean, all those do look kind of like earthworms, but there's a little pink, I believe it's a snake, little pink snake that lives in the ground.
Okay.
But yeah, they're the size of earthworm, and I believe they only eat like, can't remember what they eat either. Yeah, I'm checking out tonight.
No, you're good. You're good. Carlos says you should check out Radiated Tortoise Diamondback Terrapin Turtle. That's a long name. And indigo snake.
Indigos are pretty cool.
You know about indigos?
Yeah.
What do you know about?
I don't know much on them. I just know what they look like.
Right on.
But
yeah, I don't know much about snakes either. This is like definitely a subject that I do not know anything about. But let's see.
The false water cobras are pretty cool too, but I doubt I'll ever be able to own those.
What's a false water cobra?
So they
False water. What does that mean?
so false water cobra, it's basically like a water cobra without, it. I believe it still has venom and it looks like a cobra, but it's not a cobra.
Okay.
So I don't really know how to explain it too well. But
Right on.
It's pretty good.
DPK also says this is also cool. Tiny snake, crown snakes, Tentilla. What is that? Do you know that? Crown snakes.
No, I'll have to look at that one. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, Cecilia's hobby brings up a great point. That's kind of what I was talking about when it's just hard when I don't know an animal very well. Like I know when a fish is mad. Like people call me crazy, but I can like read the emotions of some of my fish because I just know their mannerisms so well, and I know when I feel like they're going to attack me or when I feel like, speaking of attacking me, guys, we all love my longhorn cowfish. And when I was rearranging my tank the other day, my longhorn cowfish actually bit me, and that thing can bite. Like it didn't break no, it didn't break blood, but it definitely hurt. Like it hurt like crazy. And the guy has a mouth like this big. It's like a pinhole mouth. So how that guy was able to like cause that much pain was quite interesting. But Cecilia says snakes and lizards don't have facial expressions, so you have to learn their body language.
Yeah, I mean, I do get that. Like as far as body language goes, it just kind of depends on what reptile. Like iguanas, they'll puff out their extra skin down here. I can't remember what it's called, but they'll actually sit there and bob their head too. That tends to give you an indication, stay back, and they'll also arc their tail.
Okay.
And they'll get ready to whip. I've noticed that with my Nile monitor. They'll sit there and hiss, and I mean, there's different sounds and different ways how your reptile tells you that it does not want to be held, and stay back. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Now, can we talk about one thing we were talking about earlier? For anybody who has an interest in getting a reptile, I thought one of the interesting things that I've learned since I learned about reptiles is you have to put the reptiles literally like soak them in water or mist them sometimes. And are these animals like that? And what are your thoughts on that as far as
this one?
Like this one specifically, yeah. And then,
yeah, this one. I was researching. Some people just soak them. I typically mist them. Give them a heavy mist 2 times a day. I do that with the Chinese water dragon too.
It's not much. You just spray them with a water bottle.
Yeah, not too well. I have a design mister that I picked up at like the hardware store. It's like I want to say a gallon bucket with a little pump, and then it has a sprayer on it. But
right on.
It pretty cheap, like $5.
And you do that 2 times a day for this guy?
Yep.
Cool. And what are we looking at again, Balin, for those that are just joining?
Spiny-tailed iguana.
Spiny-tailed iguana. That's right. My screen is frozen again, you guys, so I'm sorry for anybody who's commenting. There we go. Okay, so average size about 7 to 12.5 inches. I don't know what we were talking about the snake. I think Carlos was talking about. He's also saying southeastern crowned snake Tentilla relecta. I can't say all those words. Average size 7 to 9 inches, and it's in North Florida.
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to check those two out. That's in the live chat though. Huh?
This is live chat, yeah.
So that doesn't go down to the comments.
No, it's not comment section.
Gotcha. Will that show after the?
Mm-mm. But
I'll try remembering.
DBK says he thinks yellow anaconda have more of a beautiful pattern.
You know, I do agree on that. I really do. I almost heard that their temperament's a little more up there though, and then also their size isn't as big as the famous green anaconda.
Okay. So, the famous one is the green anaconda that Britney Spears was carrying around. I think isn't that what it was, or did she? And that's all that I know, you guys. That's all I know. It's pop culture. I mean, it's really sad, but. Yeah, I don't know snakes at all, so I'm definitely not versed in snakes. But. All right. So let me take out. Let's go. We can each. I'll take out my leopard gecko, and you want to hold the other one to show people a little bit about the horn. You want to hold the horned. Yeah, mountain horn lizard, and I'll show you guys those two stuff, and then
I'm gonna go. Wash
I think every.
Hands,
Okay. Yeah.
Just don't want cross contamination.
Okay. Cool.
Different speed.
Yeah. We're going to take out the other animals for you guys and kind of just, show you guys. But we're going to get them out really quick. But thank you to everybody that's been watching. I thank you guys for sticking around. And I hope you guys are enjoying this because there's a lot of cool animals here today. And if you guys have any questions while Balin's here, just go ahead and drop them down. And he'll definitely answer those the best that he can. I'm definitely more of a saltwater guy. If you guys have questions about saltwater fish. And while we have the time, I'll pan over really quick so you guys can see the saltwater tank. It's just looking gorgeous. We got Mr. Foxface. He is so good, you guys. I don't know if you guys were here, but a couple weeks ago, I got him as a rescue, and since then, he's been doing great. The Foxface is definitely getting more healthy. The longhorn cowfish, Mr. Longhorn Cowfish, is definitely healthy. He's been doing great as well, and everything in this tank is just absolutely doing good. I cannot be more happy than I am right now with how things are going in this tank. The water clarity is perfect, and I will tell you guys, I'm very proud to say this, I have not done a water change on this in 6 months. And if you guys want to ask me how and why and are you serious, I would be more than happy to get into that sometime. I think we're going to focus more on reptiles on this live stream because Balin's here. But if you guys have the right things in water in a saltwater aquarium, the truth is the only thing you really need to do is top off the water. Now I've looked at tons of articles and I've seen the experts, and so I've read some guys have not changed their water or have not had to change their water in years. And there was one guy who was 2 years. Another guy who was like 4 years and he's never done a water change. And that's due to all there's many different factors to that. But saltwater, the chemistry and the makeup of saltwater is much different than a freshwater tank. And getting the right things that really clean out the nitrates and beneficial bacteria growth is much different in a saltwater tank. And honestly, it's easier, you guys. And I know that sounds crazy, but most people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to do a saltwater tank. It's so much work. But if you have the right animals and you have the right, tools and, your filters and your filtration and your natural filtration and your cleanup crew, you can really build a tank that really is a self-sustaining tank. And I think that's amazing. Having a self-sustaining tank virtually, other than having one protein skimmer on it, is incredible. And it makes me feel like I really know what I'm doing. And it took me a long time to get here and to really have the knowledge on how to do this. But I'm really happy with how this tank is doing. So if you guys weren't hurt, what is that? Why do I have that? What the heck? Sorry, guys. With Intel Core processors and GeForce GTX graphics. Whoops, sorry guys. Just learned about GTX graphics cards. There you go. But anyways, if you guys have any questions about this, or I'll go over this again before we end the stream, and I'll show you guys all the new coral that I got, because I got some pretty cool coral if you weren't here earlier to see it. So, all right, we'll put this back. And actually, we'll keep this off of there. So if you want to, I'm going to go grab the leopard gecko. Well, are you going to hand me him? Okay, cool. Sweet.
Which one do you want me to grab?
Just the bigger one. I'll get the bigger one out. Cool. So for those of you guys who weren't here earlier, tongue twister, I got a horned mountain lizard. All right, you got to get a angle in there. There we go. So there we go. There's the dude. Now this is much, much, much smaller than Balin's reptile that he brought in with us. We're having focus issues like crazy today. Woo, focus. Focus. There we go. That is such a cool picture. That's a thumbnail. Here we go. This will be. I'll get the thumbnail. But literally, guys, you can see he's the size of my finger about right now. And one thing I don't even know the answer to this is his body temperature. I mean, this might be due to he needs a little bit more heat, but his body temperature on my finger right now feels cold.
Yeah.
Is that normal for, or is that like he needs a little?
I mean,
are reptiles colder than? Do they feel cold to the touch? A lot.
Most of them.
They
like
do?
if they're basking for a while, they're gonna feel warm. But
right.
if they're in their water, in their shady spot,
right,
they'll feel colder to the touch.
So most of the time they will feel colder to the touch.
Yeah.
You would say. Wow. Now I've read about these guys, and they do lose their horns sometimes, but he actually still has one of his horns. And I read that it's not really, it's not going to be any detriment to them if they do lose their horns. But I did get this guy from Petco, and there could have been some malnourishment or something that caused that. I'm not quite sure why they lose their horns, since I just got this guy 3 days ago. But I'm just thankful that he does have one of his horns still. But I did read that it doesn't cause any long-term problems if they have a horn missing. Boy, this camera does not know what to focus on. It's like, okay. Woo! Okay. I can't focus it. Oh, that's weird. I'm not looking at chat, but I will go and look at chat really quick. There we go. Sorry for the blur vision. You guys don't need glasses. I promise it was just my camera. That looks so cool. I can sit here and just watch this. It's almost... Oh, that's rad. But he's really comfortable, as you guys can see, with a human. Like, he just chills. And Balin might have a better time with the leopard geckos than I've had, because I cannot get a leopard gecko to stay still for the life of me, usually. But anyways, let me look at chat to see if you guys have any questions. Oh, yeah. So, Aquarium Cop says, cute. I think Carlos asked you a question earlier. Do you have to deworm reptiles, Balin?
It just kind of depends on where you get them, what they look like. Some will have, parasites every once in a while. You can use the same concept that you would for, like, to deworm a dog. Like, there's certain products out there that you can use. My biggest problem that I've had would be mites. Mites are everywhere.
Mites?
Yeah. So mites, interesting fact, leopard geckos can't get mites, but that guy can. They go for lizards with scales. That's where they home. They're basically like a tick.
So can humans get those?
Humans cannot.
Humans can't get them, but the lizards can. So it's like a tick that a lizard gets, but not a human.
Yep.
And wow, that's interesting.
But yeah, those can be a real pain, especially if you don't catch them right away. they'll literally keep dropping eggs. And but I mean, again, there's certain products out there that you can use, like Prevenamite. There's can't remember the one that you use on your reptile, but
Okay.
just take like a soft toothbrush, not used, and put some of the solution on there and scrub, under the chin, around the legs.
Right on.
So,
well, very cool. So this is the horned mountain lizard. And I think we'll move on to the leopard gecko, but I just wanted you guys to really get some close-up footage of just how cool this guy looks. I mean, he's, pretty cool looking to me. I mean, obviously the one that Balin has is much bigger, but I appreciate the small and the big, just like we like some. I still appreciate a small fish like a tetra. I think someone was asking how's my tetras doing. They're doing great. I actually added more to the school. You can see the school. I got white skirts and black skirt tetras, and they're kind of just all schooling together. So this is in the big tank, and no one's hurting them. They love life, and they're doing great. So thank you for asking. Whoever asked that, I think it was Born who asked that. But as you guys can see, they're doing great. So I do appreciate small species as well as big. But let's go ahead and maybe I can trade you. I don't know if I can do. Oh my gosh, he's gripping. I don't know about this. We'll see how this one goes, guys. Because normally I do not have a good time with these guys. They don't like to sit well for me. But this is the leopard gecko. I wish I knew more about the patterning of leopard geckos. I know very little. Yeah, I know that there's different types of leopard geckos, and I know each type has a different pattern on their body. I was kind of looking at the different leopard geckos, and you can Google them and see all the different patterns that they get on their bodies. And so I don't really know a ton about it, but I'm trying to get some good. There we go. There's a good angle. There's his face. Now these guys, I don't know why, but something about these guys. I'm not. Why is that blurry? Come on now. Sorry, guys. I'm really trying to get a good angle for you. There we go. So I don't know, but this guy's mouth reminds me more of a snake than the lizard does. Just something about him reminds me more of a snake. But the one cool thing about geckos is their hands. I look at these little hands, and they just remind me of human hands. It's kind of funny.
I can see that.
More than a lizard or anything like that. I just love the hands on these guys. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like, this guy has been eating like a monster, so he's definitely happy, and he's looking good. But he's also cold to the touch too. It's I mean, I don't know. I guess it's. I just look at that, you guys. Look at God's creation, man. I mean, you guys. Just look how cool that is. It's literally like different patterns on every section of the body is different. Like, you got his tail pattern, his midsection, and then his head is even a little bit different than the body. I don't have any crazy cool facts to tell you guys about these guys, but yeah, they're cool. Let me look at the chat to see what you guys are saying. I'm sure we have a lot of questions here. I missed a lot. So Cecilia says, beautiful eyes. Let me put you down, buddy. Are you going to crawl away? So
Rainwater.
DPK says it's a rainwater albino leopard gecko. So there we go. Was he referring to this one, I'm sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too
Do
sure about the other one.
you want to grab the other one for us?
Yeah.
DPK says, do you have any plans, Balin, to breed reptiles?
I've always thought about that. It's always been in the back of my mind. Probably the first reptile I will try breeding would probably be the Chinese water dragon.
So he says he doesn't know, but he might breed the Chinese water dragon. If you guys heard that, I know sometimes the microphone sucks. And we talked about deworming a little bit. What are the common diseases that lizards get?
Metabolic bone disease is one of the biggest. Mouth rot's another one.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
Oh, he's taking off on us, guys. They never stand still for too
Which-
long for me.
You said this one was a rescue,
That one's a rescue, so this one's a rescue.
so this one may have a sign of the MBD.
What's the sign?
The notice how on that guy his legs are kind of straight.
Yeah.
I mean they have the curve, but these ones are more roundish.
Right?
So, I mean that's what I was taught back in the day. But,
Okay.
I mean it's very little, but
Yeah. And he doesn't have that. I'm just really curious if he's going to get some more patterning like this guy has.
he might brighten up around the tail a little bit.
But he possibly could just stay that without markings like
I
that.
mean, it's really hard to tell at this young age of an age. You know,
Right.
they change so much.
Right.
You know, color wise.
Sure. Hold on one second. I'm looking at chat. These guys like going away. Okay. These guys, like I said, guys, they're super hard for me to get to stay still. I don't know why, but this guy just loves to move around a lot, much more than my other lizard. So HC Aqua says he's got to go. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, HC. Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Thank you for all the comments. He's always been really faithful to, bug me about live streaming and commenting on my videos. So thanks a lot, bro, for being here. I don't know how much longer we're going to go, guys, but we'll go for a little bit longer. Let's see what else we missed. Cecilia's Hobby says beautiful eyes. Yeah, eyes look pretty crazy. They look beautiful. I love the hands on a gecko. I think one of the main things that attracted me to geckos was just the way the arms look. I love the fact that they just look so unique. There's a lot of different lizards and reptiles out there, but there's something about the hands of a gecko that I really love. I just love to look at. That looks really cool. So let's see. What do you feed them? You want to talk about what to feed a leopard gecko? I feed mine mealworms and I think crickets, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you have that's an iffy one. Sometimes if you have a leopard gecko, it's not eating very well. I mean, they'll eat every once in a while, but not very well. It needs to, girthen up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can feed them, I know it's sad, but a pinky mouse.
Oh, mouse.
To get their weight up a little more.
Okay.
Because it's a little more fatty than most
Sure.
of the food. But yeah, I mean, those are usually the three main things.
Right on.
For that species, anyway.
It's just a cool picture, you guys. He's like literally chilling on camera. That's pretty rad. Do you give them a variety of foods? Cecilia's Hobby asks.
As far as the like my spiny-tailed iguana.
Yeah.
When they're babies, they're more omnivores, so
Right.
they'll eat insects to greens and fruits. But as they get older, they'll actually go straight vegetarian.
Really? Okay.
Which I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Herbivores. There we go. Not vegetarians. Herbivores. There you go.
No worries. Okay. This guy's going crazy on me. Look at that picture. I feel like we're on like one of those shows, those nature shows with
BBC.
David Attenborough's. And this is the spiny or whatever. Yeah. Those guys. I don't have a voice, like an English accent. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those. What is that big series? It's like Life. No, it's not Life. It's you know what I'm talking about? The big series of documentary of nature in the world. I know, but anyways, I was watching those on TV, and that's what this feels like right now. Trying to see if that works better. Focus. Did it focus? Okay, there we go. But yeah, you can see how tiny this guy is. He's pretty tiny compared to the other one.
My finger.
Yeah, that's the size of a finger, and that's him. So really, really. Oh, don't focus on what's behind him. Okay. It's hard to get my camera to focus. Okay.
Maybe put a backdrop on.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, okay, there we go. Well, hey, buddy. Okay,
Sure.
here we go. That might help it actually.
It's like focusing on his middle color and not his tail or his head.
There we go.
Pretty cool.
We're just practicing our
Little
skills
bit of
at like. This is our photography skills, you guys. Hopefully you like them. This is pretty rad. You don't see very many live streams like this. No, I'm just kidding. Wish we had Jimmy from Aquarium Co-op here. He would be shooting some really good video too. So, yeah, Blue Planet, Animal Planet. Those are some great ones. That's what I was thinking. So, DPK Carlos said, the link I post above should help you pick out what species of leopard gecko, Tim. Okay, cool. I'm going to definitely check that link out, Carlos. Thank you so much for posting that. Let me save that really quick. Cecilia said, he's very tiny. I would be scared she would break him. Yeah, it's pretty scary. I mean, he is super small. I don't know where they got this leopard gecko from, but I don't know what the law is on like the size of a reptile before you can sell it. But I know the size on turtles is like 4 inches. I think the round diameter of a turtle before you can legally sell it in Washington State is 4 inches,
Yeah.
I believe.
Over 4 inches.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's a law about reptiles. So,
Not too much.
but yeah, guys. If you guys have any more questions, let us know. We're just hanging out with you guys today. I can drop the link to see if anybody wants to come on. I think we're gonna stream very much longer, but I'll drop the link in case somebody wants to come on and join us and talk with us. The only thing I ask everybody on my live streams is please no cursing. I have 2 rules: no cursing, because I want to make this family friendly and for kids to watch and to really get inspired, as well as adults. And please just don't keep the drama about other YouTubers or other people out. He just yawned really big. That was so cute. That was so cute.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, that was so cute. Oh my goodness. He just took a big yawn right in the camera. So yeah, if you guys want to come on, if anybody here wants to join us and just say hi, I love to see what you guys are doing with your tanks and in your life. Just please no cursing, and please don't bash anybody else in their channels, because I just have a 0 tolerance for anybody attacking another person. This is a free, safe space where people can come and enjoy animals together, and I really will keep it that way always. So with that said, if you guys, somebody here wants to join us and talk with us, here's the link, and feel free to join us on Hangouts while we're left. I just posted the link if anybody wants to come. So Carlos says he's hungry and he'll be right back. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Carlos. We really do appreciate you. And it's been really fun just to have Balin here. I mean, it's just so interesting seeing his reptiles. It's been really fun to kind of show you guys these other reptiles as well that I don't normally always show. Most of the time I talk about fish. So Island Queen's here. She says, cute gecko. Looks like Teresa's in the house. She says, hello, Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Okay. So good to see you. Yeah, so we're kind of winding down, but we will stay on a little bit longer if somebody wants to join on chat, or else, we'll go a little bit longer. I will show you guys the tanks one more time and we'll call it a day. I kind of like this shot right now. It's kind of epic. Just, this is a really cinematic shot we got going on here. That is so rad. Look at that cleaning his eye, you guys. That is super cool. Yeah. He's literally just like, oh my gosh. He's cleaning his eye for us. And now he's taking off. So, yeah. Okay, so we got people commenting on my stuff right now. So, pretty cool. see if we can get them both here. I don't think this guy will stay. No, he's not going to stay, but oh, he's so much more curious. Let's get this double shot. Can we do it? Focus. No,
I don't know. I thought leopard geckos always had a smile too. Like if you look at dead in their face, it looks like they're smiling.
It will not focus. No. Here we go. No. Oh, he's a jumper.
Yeah, he is.
He's a jumper. We're gonna get this shot for you guys if we're gonna try at least. No, you guy. This guy does not want to stay still. He is.
There you go.
All right, so there's almost both in focus, but not really. This guy does not stay still very often. Oh my gosh, he's so inquisitive. It's all good. All right, well, I want to get like a. There we go. No, it's trying to pick which one to get. I'll turn this really quick. There we go. There we go. We're just experimenting. Sorry, guys. This is what we're doing. We're experimenting on shots. Okay, cool. So let me get back to the chat here. Yeah, I got 2 Island Queen. I did get a rescue. So that smaller guy is a rescue. Thanks for everyone that's joining. I will do another quick update again to close the stream out to update everybody. For those of you just joining, Teresa says, I'm trying to type and eat on a dinner break at work. Nice. Well, thanks for stopping by for a little bit, at least checking in. That's nice of you. Thank you so much. Anybody that wants to join us on the chat can. If not, that's cool because I know I usually stream even later than this, and a lot of people didn't know that I was going to stream today. So that's all good. So yeah, I did get another gecko Island Queen, but this one is a rescue. The one on the right is the one that's the rescue, and I'm trying my best to nurse him or her back to health. We'll see though. He's looking pretty. He's looking okay. I mean, I don't know. He's just not big yet, so it's kind of cool. This guy's gonna take off again. There he goes. All right, we're good with that, I think. Let's go to this guy really quick. Yeah. But he's being so good, I mean, crap. There we go. All right. See you later, little buddy. All right, guys. So we will go for a little bit longer. All right, let's see the chat. And if you guys have any questions for Balin, he's not always here, so feel free to ask him. Carlos says he's creeping. Yeah, creeping on the bed. Is the bigger one full size, or can she or he get bigger? I think, no, they can get bigger. I've seen them get bigger, thicker. I don't know about the length, but I definitely have seen them thicker around the body. Do you know about that, Balin?
Next time we do this, I'll have to bring mine over.
Oh, so you have one?
Yes, I have one named Kumar.
And it's bigger?
He is ginormous.
Compared to mine?
He is, I think they said he was a possible giant.
Wow, okay.
So, I mean, he's definitely up there on size, if I could say the least.
Okay, cool. Well, we're taking water breaks a little bit, guys, because all this talking, it's kind of... So, yeah, I guess the answer to that question is yes. They can get a lot bigger. I've seen them bigger, so... Right on. Well, I'm going to show you guys and update you guys a little bit, again, and just go through what I got over Thanksgiving and for Black Friday, and I think we'll call it a stream. It's been really cool. Unless you guys have some more questions, we're always willing to stick around for a little bit, but I didn't want to go super late tonight since I do have to get up in the morning. part of the reason I haven't been filming as much is I've been really busy with family, and family in town right now is kind of taking most of my time, which is okay though. It's a good thing. You guys need to love on your family if you have them. You know, be thankful for every moment that you get with them. So, right on. Balin, do geckos require vitamin supplements?
Yeah, like calcium. Yeah.
That's what Carlos has. Okay, so they require that. And one of the ways I know to give your gecko the proper calcium is to sprinkle a calcium powder on crickets, and that gives them calcium, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Gives them their vitamins depending on the calcium, of course. You just want to do your research on some calciums. UVB is actually bad for them, though. Most people don't know that.
UVB is bad for geckos?
Yes.
Okay.
Geckos are nocturnal.
All right.
So, you just try not to, I mean, I'm sure you could still have your day and night cycle. Just try not to have, like, UVB on them.
Okay. That's something I didn't know, that it's actually bad for them. It actually hurts them. So Balin was talking to me about that. He mentioned something about that in my tank. So I want to look at this last, but we'll go over my stuff and then we'll go over your animal one more time and then we'll be done, I guess. So, okay, guys, for those of you who weren't here earlier, the 185 setup is definitely going great. I have everything in here that I had before, except for I do have more Tetras. I did get, where do we got here? Can't see where the biker is. I got a biker. I did get this guy that I was talking about. I want to get some good footage of him sometime. I will definitely do a species spotlight because I don't feel like there's enough information on Google. When I did a Google search for like how to care for videos and information on peacock eels, I felt like it was really hard and there wasn't a lot of really easy to watch videos about these guys. So I'm definitely going to do a species spotlight. So you guys be lookout for that. And I'll get some really good footage with my other camera, my actual camera. So get some really good shots of this guy. But I did pick up a peacock eel. Balin said he was pretty big from what he's seen for sale. And I kind of agree with him. Like I feel like, getting him from Petco, that's a pretty big eel.
Yeah.
I think. Actually, it's PetSmart, sorry. But a lot of you guys love my flower horn. There's that. So he's doing really good. Super curious all the time. And here's a cute shot of my cat eating my dinner. This is Sophia. Her name is Sophie, whatever you want to call her. And if you have a cat, just know that she will drink your milk. They love milk. And there's a good picture of her. Isn't she gorgeous, guys? I got one more thing to say to you guys that I haven't. I was kind of a secret, but I'm getting a new cat, and that cat's going to be here Saturday. And it's a beautiful, beautiful tabby cat. He looks like a little lion, so really cute lion, little baby. Yeah, so Sophia will definitely take care of him and kind of teach him how to be a good cat, because she looks so cute in the camera. Oh, she's adorable, isn't she, guys? Sophia is a Seal Point Siamese cat. So anyways, back to fish. I just get sidetracked, so I have like ADD or something. So, all right. We are going to go one more time over to the saltwater because everybody knows me for saltwater in the fish family. I got a ton of new corals for those of you guys who love saltwater stuff. I got brand new corals. I did purchase a new anemone. So I'm just going to kind of pan from left to right to show you guys everything. I got to even this out here. How do I make it even? I'm doing this backwards. There we go. That's kind of hard to do when you like literally are like, oh, here you go, bro. So we're looking right here at the hammer coral. This is the green hammer coral, Euphyllia, and Mr. Foxface is doing great. Behind that, I do have some algae, and I have brand new coral right here. It's really terrible at focusing this camera sometimes. Mr. Tomato Clownfish is doing great in the bubble tip anemone still. So cute. He's doing really good. For those of you guys, I know that this guy's like my fan favorite fish, so I have to get some shots of him. This is my longhorn cowfish. He bit me yesterday, but it didn't break my skin, but it did hurt. And I did get a reverse octospawn Euphyllia right here. And I'm going to turn the light off one more time to show you guys. But literally, guys, if you saw this thing in person, it's so much, when I turn the other light on, it's so much more green on the stems than it is on the camera. When I turn this on the lighting for the moonlighting, all the stems of this glow like really bright green, and the tips of it are purple. So, but it's just a really beautiful Euphyllia coral. Moving along, I have my other anemone still doing really good. He's just chilling right now, and this is the new guy. So this is a carpet anemone, and you can see my cleaner shrimp right over on the side of him, picking through him. He's actually opened up more now than earlier, so you guys can kind of really get the majestic qualities of just how amazing these anemones look. Now it's an anemone, but it looks totally different than a bubble tip anemone. So, and they are hosting anemones. They can be hosted by clownfish. So if you do have more clownfish, they will host in them, which is cool because some anemones are not hosting anemones. Never get a Condylactis anemone unless you know how dangerous they are and they do not host. So a lot of people see a price tag on a Condylactis anemone at your local Petco for $9, and you're like, no way, it's $9 for an anemone. That's crazy. And then all of your fish die, and it destroys your tank, and that $9 anemone now costs you like thousands. So definitely worth the money that you pay for different types of anemones. Don't just go for the cheap one that Petco will sell you for $9. Just a word of advice. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn on the blue light one more time, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here we are. All this work, I just do this. Cool. Let's see here. So, it's still glaring, isn't it? There we go. So, here, now this is going to be hard because I'm not going to be able to see. This is the carpet anemone under the moonlight. It's just gorgeous. As I said earlier, this is definitely not a beginner type species. This is definitely more advanced. You really need to know what you're doing as far as placement. You need to put these away from other corals and in a good spot in your tank. They generally like to be underneath a power head. These guys definitely, like, he is doing great right underneath my power head, but they don't like to be directly blown on. So they normally pick a spot right below the current, and that's where he's at, and he's doing great. But the color, guys, look at that. It's just so beautiful. It's unreal almost. It looks crazy. It looks like a Martian. I wish you guys could see. I mean, it does look cool in the video, but in person, it's just so much more vibrant. And the little tips on my mushroom coral next to it, I don't know if those even pick up really well on the camera. The tentacles. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate him. It's just such a beautiful creature. I'm not looking at chat, so I'll definitely look at that later if you guys want to talk about any of these. But here's the octospawn, the reverse octospawn, and I'm telling you guys, I don't think this does it justice. I can see it on the camera. That does not look as vibrant as it does in person. Is it focused on it now?
Yeah, for the most part. If you go up a little bit, there you go. Definitely does not do justice.
No.
I mean, it looks good.
It's just not as vibrant as it is in
It's
person.
not the neon green that you're seeing.
Yeah, the green is just more dull, and once I get those filters, you guys, it'll be look a lot better. You guys will see what we see. But for now, that's what I got. That's the Octaspawn. It looks amazing in person. So, I really can't tell what I'm on and focusing on, but I'm trying to. Is that a good picture?
No, I'm showing you the cloud face there. You can see.
And this doesn't work. Does that look green?
No.
It doesn't look the same at all. It's weird, guys. It's really strange. All right, guys. Well, that's my new corals. So hope you guys like them. My new sea creatures. Looks so cool. I could just stare at that forever. But anyways. Right on. Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Right on. So it looks like we got Kevin in the house. Great to see you, Kev. Thanks for stopping by, bro. I saw Jeremy was streaming in Sergeant Tank. Unfortunately, I couldn't postpone my live stream since Balin's here, or else I would have not streamed right at the same time. But this was kind of like I had to get it done because he's a guest, and so definitely go watch Sergeant Tank, you guys, if you've never seen or sub to his channel. He's an amazing guy with great content, and he's a great friend of mine. So I'm definitely not trying to take away from that. I just had to live stream now, but thank you to everybody that's came over here, and make sure to sub to each other. And thank you to Balin for being here. And for those of you guys just joining, I know everybody just joins in at different times. For one last time, this was more of a reptile stream this time, and Balin was really cool and brought over his brand new big reptile. And for one last time, what are we looking at right now?
Spiny-tailed iguana.
Spiny-tailed iguana. So I'll get another close-up of him before Balin and I, we're going to end the stream pretty soon. So you were telling us earlier you call him the spiny tail because the spines on the tails?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know if you can see him that well on camera.
Yeah.
And
He's quite a... Yeah.
Like, you can feel it just smooth kind of on this side, and then once you try going off.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely... Yeah. Now, do they use their tails as a weapon?
Yeah, they can. They can whip. I mean, getting whipped by that guy would be pretty painful.
So they would actually cause a lot of damage if they whipped you?
I mean, it would be more like, little pricks. And
so your hands, bro. Like, so is that...
nails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Right on, guys. Well, you probably won't ever see something like this in my room because of the size that these guys get pretty huge, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier, what'd you say, like 3 feet?
It can be 3 to, I think, 5. It could be 4 or 5. I can't remember exactly, but
right on.
Pretty big.
Yeah, it looks like a dinosaur, Carlos, for sure. That's what I was talking about earlier. The face on these guys, we were kind of joking around. We were talking about how this is like a Jurassic Park movie. Like, this is how they got the shots for Jurassic Park's Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just took an iguana's face and it just looks crazy, man. I'm trying to focus.
Or Godzilla.
Focus? Don't bite me. Focus. There we go. Oh man, it's amazing what the hand helps to focus a camera. Yeah, isn't that cool, guys? Really cool shot. These are some cool images. I mean, if somebody wants to still frame shot these would be cool pictures. He just looks so wise. He looks like he's like, dude, I know what you're doing. I've been through this. I'm gonna live. How long did these guys live?
I believe anywhere from 10 to 25 years. It could be longer or shorter.
So maybe 25 years. So that's cool. So anyways, guys, we will end the stream. I'm trying to see what everyone's saying before I end it. T-Rex for sure, yeah. Yeah, he definitely has a snake head. All right, guys, let me see the comments really quick, and then I'm going to end the stream. But thank you to everybody that's came by. Thank you so much again to Corey and Jimmy from Aquarium Co-op for shouting my channel out. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope to be doing this and give you guys some really great content this next coming year. Let me just look really quick. Looks like we missed a lot of comments. Okay. Wow. Okay, so there's where he went to bed. DBK says, "Yay, more cats!" Yeah, I'm so excited. This new cat is so pretty, Carlos. I can't wait to show you. So, it looks like we got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris? If you guys don't know who Chris is, he's from over in Europe. He's a really great guy. So, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate you, Chris. Island Queen says, "I love your saltwater tank." DPK says, "Is that an urchin next to the anemone?" I do have two urchins. So I have a long spine and a rose. The long spine is up in the corner, and then the rose urchin was next to the reverse octospawn. So might have been. I don't know. They move fine. They move fast sometimes, so it's been a little bit. DBK says, "Do some anemones eat starfish?" I've never heard of them eating starfish, but I do know for a fact that they do eat pretty much any fish. Certain anemones, like carpet anemones specifically, can take out really big tangs even. Like they'll take out a big blue tang if they want to. So you got to be really careful with carpet anemones. So great to see you, Kevin. I'm so glad you stopped by, bro. What's up? Thanks for everyone says looking great. I missed so much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch back up. DBK says, "My wife wants a saltwater tank bad, but I said I will wait till we move." Yeah, I would wait till you move too, just because it's so expensive. A lot of the things cost a ton of money in the saltwater. So Chris says he has too many. If I had too many tanks, who knows? I think he wants clownfish. Yeah, clowns are beautiful. There's a bunch of different types of clown species as well. So people don't know. They just say clownfish and you think of Finding Nemo, but there's many different types of clownfish. DPK says, "What's in the bottom tank?" The bottom tanks are now my reptile tanks. So I have two different tanks set up for different reptiles. And I got my leopard gecko tank right here. And then the one over there is the horned mountain lizard. Sorry, I'm still getting these names right, guys. I've got a lot of different species that I've learned. So, yeah. Cecilia's Hobby says, "Thanks for bringing us into your home again." Yeah, I try to, hang out with you guys and chill with you while I can. I don't know what's wrong with this stand. It's not wanting to stay. But Cecilia says she's ready to crash. Good night, everyone. Good night, Cecilia. It's really good. Thanks for all your questions for Balin. I think that was really fun. Carlos asked some really good questions too. So DBK says, "Thank you, Balin, for all your wisdom."
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you for the questions. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Balin's a good guy. He's like I said, he's the one. Let me move the camera so you can see it too. Man, this thing not wanting to.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. All right, there we go. What is wrong with this thing? Technology, guys. Everything doesn't always go as planned. That's good. DBK says he loves the pattern of, I believe he's talking about your. So, looks like a dinosaur. He likes to go in a tank for a swim. Look at his eyes. He looks mean. Yeah. Everyone really liked him.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Sorry, I'm like trying to.
They're awesome swimmers too.
They're good swimmers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's probably what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're invading Florida too. So.
Right on.
But yeah, you'll find them next to the water and up in the trees.
Right on.
Basically anywhere.
So Chris says you might try to reproduce them like damsels. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. I know that like certain clownfish can be bred in captivity, but it's just a brand new thing, and I don't know if any hobbyists have done it. I know that certain people in laboratories have been able to, have them bred in captivity, but I don't know if any hobbyists have done it yet. So I know that there's some that have. I believe there's one guy down in Florida that has a certain strain now that I remember, there's a dude down in Florida that has a specific strain of clownfish that he sells for super expensive. I think it's like a snowflake clownfish, like a type of snowflake. So yes, they can be bred in captivity. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. It is 12:45 a.m. and I know Balin has to go soon probably, and I got to go to bed soon too. So thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you, Balin, for chilling with us. And you guys, we should do this again. We should bring more crazy animals here, and just like, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more crazy. I know I talk a lot about fish and all that, but it's kind of fun to have some animals in our hands. And like the cool thing with reptiles is you get to hold them, and that is a whole different experience to me. I love fish you look at, but it's more of a viewer's, you view it, but you don't get to actually touch it. And when you get to hold a reptile in your hand, it's just it's a different experience, Yeah. It's definitely different for me. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I hope you guys have a great, if I don't see or talk to you guys, I'm sure I'll live stream before Christmas, but Merry early Christmas, happy late Thanksgiving, and hope you guys have a great week. Make it a good one, and take care, and God bless. See you guys later.
See ya.